Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we will be giving our review for the conclusion of the Blumhouse Halloween trilogy, Halloween Ends. So, start off by saying I like 2018. I think the 2018 Halloween was a good start. It felt like a solid entry. It sort of left you with that ending that the first Halloween 2 did, where he's burning up in a building, so he could be dead. But we already knew he was getting more, so we knew he wasn't dead. Then we got Halloween Kills, and that was just, for me personally, a shit show. I know my wife enjoys the second one, or Halloween Kills, but I just hated it. Even on a rewatch, it was bad, and I dropped it down. I might have dropped it down a little bit further, but I don't know. I gave Kills a 2 out of 5. Halloween Ends. All I want to say is F Blumhouse and F David Gordon Green. And Jamie Lee Curtis should be ashamed of herself for doing these last two movies. For me personally, the last two movies.
I don't know if I'd go that far with it, but
She should be ashamed of herself.
I mean, does she even have anything to do with the creation, though? I feel
She
like
could have turned it down. This was her baby from the start. You cannot tell me that she doesn't have some pull on this franchise, because this is her. She's the final girl for this franchise, and the legendary final girl. She should be ashamed. This movie
I thought she did good.
was awful. I'll start with the bright points to it, because there is some, not many, but there's some. I think the cinematography was nice. I'll give it the cinematography. I think the acting was fine. And it did provide some gore. Outside of those three things, I don't know what we was going with in this movie. The route they went with the main guy, I don't even remember his name. Do you remember? Corey?
The guy that the girl was with?
Yeah.
Corey.
You open up with him, and it didn't make no sense, this opening scene, at first. And then you kind of get the feeling, okay, this is where they're going. They're trying to set up. I mean, I'm just going to spoil it. I'll put spoilers at the title of the video. You open up to him babysitting, which is something you rarely see a guy babysitting, but you open up to him babysitting, and it's Halloween, and I believe it's Halloween, right? Or close to Halloween. Close to Halloween, something like that. And the kid ends up playing a prank on him, and he locks him in a room. Corey kicks open the door. It smacks the kid in the face. The kid falls over the rail and hits the ground, hits the floor below, and dies.
And they have like 3 levels of stairs.
Yeah, it was like 3-4 level of stairs. So it was a decent drop. He dies. Corey gets arrested, but he gets released.
They can't prove nothing.
So you've got the town now deeming him a child murderer, even though he wasn't technically. And you focus on him for pretty much the whole movie. You barely see Michael Myers. You get a shot of him when Corey is in this tunnel, this drain. He gets attacked by a group of kids, and
Douchebags with him.
he gets dragged into a drain tunnel, and when he awakens, he's trying to figure out where he is and stuff, and Michael grabs him by the throat, and Michael looks like he's 70 billion years old in this. He's all hunched up.
Like it, yeah.
Yeah, he's all hunched up, and he grabs him by the throat, and you're thinking he's fixing to kill him. No. They do this stupid ass scene where he, like, all of a sudden, it's like Michael sees this kid's pain, I guess. You know.
Like a vision.
Oh yeah, almost like a vision. Like Michael's seeing visions. And
that got me worried right off the bat.
Yeah. And then he lets the kid go. And he lets the kid live. And Corey climbs out of the drain tunnel. This old hobo comes up to him, says, "Why did he let you live? He's took other people in there. Why are you so special?" And tries to get Corey to go back in and get the mask, saying that I'm Michael Myers. And Corey ends up killing the guy. Out of self-defense, obviously. And then you just see Corey's character demeanor flip. And he starts going down this route of basically like he's becoming the new Michael Myers. And there's this scene where he ends up he lures this cop, this really disgusting cop, into the sewer. And he...
Okay, disgusting as in creepy. He's
creepy. Into the sewer drain, and him and Michael together attack this cop. He's holding the cop. Michael stabs the cop. He slices the cop's throat and stabs him, and then all of a sudden he does this like shaking. Like Michael does this shaking. Like all of a sudden,
having a seizure or something.
Yeah, like he's having a seizure or he's gaining powers, and he's like shaking. And then all of a sudden he just straightens out. Like all of a sudden, boom, he's fine. It's old Michael Myers back. And he continues to stab the cop. Well, then you get Corey and Michael basically tag teaming the rest of the movie, which completely takes away from Michael being this mindless killer.
Really strong and everything.
Which pissed me off because Michael is a ruthless, mindless killer. He's not going to team up with anybody to help kill people.
No matter what it is.
This isn't Freddy versus Jason. You know, he's not. He don't need to be using this kid to gain his powers to kill people. This movie pisses me off to no extent. And then they attack a doctor and his whore mistress.
Or, I don't know if he's married, but she's getting perks at work for sleeping with him. Yeah.
Him and Michael together attack them, and then all of a sudden, it's just him, Corey, for a little bit, and then he goes back into the drain tunnels, and he's fighting Michael. They're having like a shove fest, and Corey shoves Michael to the ground. Shouldn't be happening.
Because if you look at Corey compared to Michael's like twice the triple his size.
Yeah, and he takes Michael's mask and goes off and becomes, in a way, the new Michael Myers. And he kills the radio DJ that gave him crap a little bit earlier in the movie, not much earlier, but a little bit, and kills the bullies that's been torturing him, picking on him and stuff.
Almost like just a revenge thing.
Yeah. And then
because then he goes after Laurie just because she confronted him.
We get to the house where Laurie's at, and you think she's calling the cops. She said she's going to do a certain something. And then you get the scene where the door opens, and she's standing there with the gun pointing at him, and ends up being Corey. And she shoots him twice. He falls down. I think it was down some steps, or was it just... I think it was down the steps, wasn't it? When she shoots Corey, didn't he fall like over a balcony down to the floor? Or did he just fall down to the ground? I can't remember.
Because
they were on a second story, I thought.
Right in front of the railing, and he went through the railing and fell onto the floor.
Falls to the floor, and they're going back and forth doing a little talking to each other. She says, "You can't have my granddaughter," blah, 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 blah. He's like, "Well, if I can't have her," basically, if he can't have her, nobody can. But then he kills himself. He stabs himself through the neck and kills himself, but then comes back for like a second, which was stupid.
It's like Scream. They always come back for one last kill.
And so then you get her granddaughter. I don't remember the granddaughter's name. I can't think of it. I'm going blank on it. It's French. Allison. You get Allison walks through the door. She thinks that Laurie has killed her boyfriend.
She's holding a knife.
Because stupidly pulls the knife out of his neck. Get your DNA prints all over there. That's what we need to do. I mean, had they investigated, they would have seen it was just his handprints. And then you get she takes off, and then she stops because she notices the tower, I guess it was the radio station, was on fire. And she hears about the call they got from Laurie. So she goes back, but during the time that she's coming back, Michael has showed up at the house and has started to attack Laurie. They fight for maybe 2 minutes, and then she kills him. And Allison helps a little bit at the end, but she doesn't really do a whole lot. She just is there basically to pull his hand off of Laurie's neck, which to me, how did he even have strength? Because his hand was split right down the middle.
Well, not only
so there was no way he could have gripped because he's split right down through here. So all this was like off to the sides.
Right here.
Yeah, it's like way down here.
The other thing is he was already bleeding out from the neck, so how would he have even had consciousness?
Yeah. And so when the cops show up, they're like, "It's Michael." And so they tie him to the roof of the car, of Allison's vehicle, I believe it is. Drive him to the junkyard and tosses his body in the machine that grinds up the vehicles. And Michael's dead. Laurie lives.
Again.
And Michael's now dog meat, basically. He's gone. He's actually dead. He's not coming back. This is the end. And that's your movie.
But I hope they don't do some magical voodoo crap and bring him back.
That's your terrible, terrible movie.
So sad.
David Gordon Green and Blumhouse need to be ashamed for what they've done to Michael Myers. Like I said, in 2018, when they came out that Halloween, honestly, I hated the title of being Halloween again, but it was a decent film. I enjoyed it. Kills in this movie, honestly, I was going to give this movie a 2.5 out of 5, but just talking about it, I don't know. It might be, honestly, it might be lower than Kills. Because at least in Kills, you got Michael Myers killing them. For the most part.
Yeah, Michael was
or
only the one
Michael Myers killing them throughout the whole movie. This one you didn't.
Little bit, and he didn't even kill anybody.
Michael,
besides the main guy, he finished him off. But
in this movie, the only people Michael Myers kills is the girl, the mistress.
Well, yeah, her.
And the cop. That's it. The Corey character kills everybody else.
And it wasn't an amazing thing either, like it usually is. So I was like,
the kills were nice. I'll give him the kills and the gore. I'll give him the cinematography. It was good cinematography. And the acting was not bad. But does that warrant higher than Kills? I can't give it higher than Kills. I can't, because at least in Kills you get all Michael Myers killing. You don't in this one. It don't have that Halloween Michael Myers feel. Because he's not doing nothing. He's sitting on the sidelines, hiding in the sewers.
And the thing is, especially with it being the last movie to this set of series anyway, you would think that they would make him more involved than what he usually is. And make more to it. Make it way over the top because it's the end. But they don't.
I'm going to end up probably giving this, like I said, I was going to go 2.5. But I just don't know if I can do it. Right now I'm sitting at maybe a 1. 1 out of 5. This, I didn't think anything could get worse than Halloween Kills. But at least in Halloween Kills, the story made a little more sense. And you actually got Michael Myers killing people. Yes, there were some parts in Kills that was stupid, like the mob scene in the hospital. But at least you got a better flowing story, I felt like. It actually felt like a Michael Myers Halloween movie. So, for me, this is a 1 out of 5. It's the worst of the 3. It's a disgrace that it's part of this franchise.
And for me, because I was very into this newer series, and I was really enjoying it, and I had really high hopes for it, and all of a sudden, just this last one, it let me down.
It did. It's just...
And that's a lot for me to say, because I love the updated stuff anyway, and there's rarely any, like, remakes of the older movies that I don't like, but I did not like this one that much.
I would rather watch Halloween 4, 5, and 6 and Resurrection before
anyway.
I would watch this again. Because I would watch Halloween Kills before I would watch this again. This is probably dead last. If I was ranking them, this would be the bottom of the list. This would be the last. This would be the last bottom tier movie on the list. Honestly, as much as I hate it, pains to say it, it may be lower than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I mean, I would have to rewatch it, the Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 again, but it may be lower than that.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've seen that one, so that one may be still dead last, but it's possible that this may be worse than that for me. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch Rob's Halloween 2 first, but I say avoid this one, or unless you're just in completist, then you have to see it and see it. But this movie's just
Here's
horrible.
the thing. I'll still probably have us get it only because of
The rest.
the rest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which usually I don't care about completist, but because it sort of continues, I would probably want it. But I'm not gonna want 4K on it. I would just get Blu-ray.
Well, I would want to get 4K just because you got 4K of the other two.
Well, I'm just saying, if you didn't want to, I wouldn't care.
Oh. But I believe that's everything. My video is going to run out here if I don't cut it off here. But yeah, just not good. What would you give it? You didn't say your rating.
2.5.
So 2.5 for her, 1 for me. Terrible, god awful. They should be ashamed of themselves. This is not Michael Myers and Halloween. This is just some abomination that they created. So that is everything. So please comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we will see you all in the next one.